Hello guys, welcome to Banter Blitz. Yeah, I hope everything's working all right. Yeah, this technical issue is kind of weird. I don't know what it is. I had a half a minute of very bad streaming, but now
Hello
it seems
guys,
to
welcome to Banter
that's
Blitz.
nice. I don't need to hear me. Yeah, that's not good. Okay, so let's get going and get some games on the road. I've got wow, that's many challenges. That's cool. So I'm going to start completely randomly. Yeah, I think I just do random stuff today. So let's get going. I've got black in the first game against old but gold. So what is he going to do? Yeah, refreshing does sometimes help, but I have this issue with the connection really to the server, and it's a bit strange, as I said. Yeah, old but gold. What are you doing here? Oh, he says with Jan, he also was the first to play. It was completely random. I did not see the earlier stream. But yeah, you've got white, so let's get going. I'm going to play a little bit different openings today. Play a little bit more aggressively with black. Yeah, with white, you're going to see what I'm going to do. But with black, I'll play a little bit differently to what I usually go for. So we have a Grand Prix attack with bishop to b5. Yeah, white usually castles now. This leads to interesting play. The Grand Prix is a tricky line. If black does not know his stuff, he can get into trouble. And I have to say that yeah, I haven't looked at this for ages, as I'm not a regular Sicilian player. But as promised, I want to do some things today that I usually don't play. I have e4, e5 all the time in the Banter Blitz sessions, and something else I want to try today. So he probably goes knight to e2. Yeah, I wonder about this here. He might have some f5 business quickly. Don't know about that. But I can do this, f5. f5 should give me the e5 square, and I think he has to also play some kind of c3 to get his bishop c1 going. It doesn't do anything at the moment. We'll see. I'm not very much afraid of f5, maybe wrongly so. Okay, so what is he doing? He really wants to do f5, yes? Okay. I can play f5 myself, yeah, stop it like mechanically, yeah, that f5 just never is possible, but I'm not sure how good that actually is. Okay, it seems that he wants to go with d3 here. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to try to break open the center here quickly. Not entirely sure about this strategy, but yeah, here I go f6. I have to undermine his center. And currently it is not all that well supported, so I hope this is strategically correct. But now I can take and win the pawn, I think. A trade here, how does he cover it? Queen to c7, I'm just picking up e5. I think he had to take on f6. Yeah, and hello to all of you in the chat. Many regulars, some names I don't recognize. Yes, Isha Weissam says, good luck, ChessExplained. That's nice of you. But also, I also always say good luck to all the challengers. It's a cool experience that you get to meet on the board with this high rating difference, so everybody gets a chance to play a titled player who, yeah, everybody with premium gets the chance to do that. Okay, so here, bishop to g7. I'm not quite sure here if I want to trade or not. If I go to here, he might have knight g3, but it still looks good. The Grand Prix attack is a poor opening, part 2 says. I'm not a fan, I have to say. I'm not a fan, but I wouldn't be, I wouldn't go that far to call it totally poor. I think white should be equal if he plays it well, but it's not, you don't really have great chances to play for an advantage if black knows his stuff. Yeah, here I'm not quite sure, as I said, if I did this right. Rook f1, I have some issues here. My development is not good. Yeah, I can go knight f3 at the end. Yeah, that wasn't all that great. Bishop h8 is funky, leads into mate. I can go to e7, theoretically speaking, but okay, I just rather want to trade him. Yeah, it's not great. I messed this up. I really did. How am I playing this now here? Rook b8 or something. There's b3. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not happy about it. Not happy about this. I played this badly. Did not maintain my center correctly. How to do this? Yeah, his knight looks strong. b3. So I try to get into e2. One positive thing is I'm ahead on the clock. Doesn't help. Doesn't happen all that often. Oh, yeah. What did I do wrong? Bishop g4 maybe? He has got rook e1 maybe. Yeah, okay. Then I have to play this ending. Oh. I can take. No, I don't want to draw. Yeah, it's very drawish, but what about the king and pawn ending? Not sure. Okay, maybe I can do stuff there. We'll probably go a4. Rook e2, rook f2, rook e3, something like that I can try. But it's maybe after c4, if it takes a couple of times, rook c3, I can take both pawns. Okay, I have to try something. Yeah, I'm sorry for drinking on stream. I really don't think that this is great etiquette, but it's still pretty warm inside of my office here, and I need to have a beverage once in a while, otherwise it's just not bearable. So I'm going to win this pawn, which doesn't mean I'm winning the game, but there are some chances at least. Let's see. Yeah, he wants to king e4. I can bring the king up. The king and pawn ending with the outside passer should be good. a3, king c4, king e5, king b4. Is it really that good? Yeah, I have no big choice. And he just has 20 seconds. So probably this and get the a-pawn going. So it seems I'm grinding out win here somehow. Yeah, I think I'm checking. And then go to a7 to support the pawn from the back. Okay. Yeah, I'm going over to the king side. Yeah, I didn't play that so well. It was a very nice position, but I blundered the e5 pawn, and then he defended very well. Yeah, good game by old but gold. So let's see, going for some new challenges. Playing Nino Kortsatze. I hope she is around. And I'm going c4, of course. I have to do it. It's a promotion mission. The English repertoire series that has been announced for quite a while is now released. Hooray! Yeah, so the English repertoire for white in both languages, English and German. Unfortunately, I have absolutely no command of the Spanish language, so it will be English and German. And yeah, it's now released for both languages. The German version has been released yesterday, and the English version has been released yeah, just like 1 hour ago or 40 minutes ago. Yeah, it is a full repertoire and covers basically everything that black can throw against you if you play 1 c4. There are no transpositions to, let's say, mainline King's Indians or Queen's Gambits or things like that. It's just a full standalone repertoire. So I think it could be interesting for many players. I have played my repertoire, the repertoire that I compiled for the series, quite a bit in recent Blitz chess sessions, and it was quite successful. So I'm happy with the suggestions. I think they yeah, present black with reasonably serious challenges. So let's see what happens here. I can go knight e5 in this position. I'm not entirely sure about it, but well, yeah, bishop takes, pawn takes, knight g4. I have queen to d4. And then he can take on e5. f4, yeah, it's okay. Didn't calculate this all that all that great, all that well. The hedgehog is interesting against the English, but it is avoided in my repertoire by quick g3s. You don't get a pure hedgehog in that repertoire that I'm proposing. c5 here played. Okay, I can go e3. Yeah, I can go e3. Interesting is if I can get in f4 even, then this must be a really broad center. Very sharp position. Yeah, that definitely is a critical move. What to do? Queen to b3. She might take there, knight g4. I can go queen c2. Queen c1 is also a move. Takes f4, yeah. Okay, I go queen c1. Being ready to play f4. I'm covering e3 here. So after bishop takes, pawn takes, knight g4, I can play f4. Ah, she can take on e3. Okay, let's see if she goes for that. I mean, I will have compensation, but knight e3, queen b2, yeah, this is playable for black, but I definitely have fantastic compensation here. Yeah, black can play in Grunfeld style against the English, but white is in quite good shape there. Here black has one very serious problem. Knight b5 or knight e4 all the way to d6. Okay, here rook b1, knight c4. This is a good try. Let's see. How to play here? Rook b1, knight c4. I have queen d3, so rook b1, queen a3 is basically forced. Rook b3 still. Queen back. Hard to calculate. What time control is that? 5. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, the bishop on c8 isn't a happy camper, but that can happen. Yeah, knight c4. I was thinking queen d3, but maybe she's got queen to a6. Seems like she wants to try that. But is it a good position? We'll see. Still an issue here. The knight cannot move. And knight e4 is still dangerous. I'm also up for rook c1 now. Knight feels very dangerous. She cannot move the knight as I take and play knight d6, attacking both rooks. Rook b8 mentioned in the chat. Okay, but I think knight d6 should be winning material. Yeah, so here knight d6 wins some. Yeah, okay, she can take it, right? She can take it. But I have knight g5 also. This is also an idea. Threatening h7 and threatening the full rook. So that should be a big issue for black. My activity really was a bit too much, maybe. At least from what I could figure out in the limited time here in a Blitz game. So what to do? Rook d1 is quite strong. Or just take. Yeah, take is good. I wonder if I should take on b7 here. No, my queen is hanging. Let's not try that. Yeah, I also could have taken c5, yeah, mentioned in the chat. Yeah, that's maybe possible. Yeah, that should be decisive. Bishop d5 I can take. Yeah, black is out of moves. Yeah, tough game here for Nino Cortazze. Probably, I'm not sure about this. This pawn snatch, I think, probably leads into trouble. Always a bit tough to evaluate with this limited time, but I think the dark squares and the development is just a bit too bad. Okay. Who do we have? I'm kind of, as I said, randomly choosing. Chess player 007. Have I played him before? Yeah, I'm not quite sure about it. Anyway, I've got black. And let's see what chess player 007 is playing. Yeah. I just wait a couple of seconds. If there are a couple of older challenges, and it might happen that people are not around anymore, so I'm quickly switching to here we go. So I wanted to play the Sicilian in this stream. and let's see what happens. Not really that knowledgeable. Yeah, I'm going to try for the time on-off as recommended by Robin van Kampen on Chess24. This is a really cool video series. I've watched it, but I have forgotten it. I have forgotten key things, probably all key things. Yeah, I remember that here there is some kind of b5 quick. Oh, did I do something wrong already? That felt like bam. like a bam move. I don't know. Is it really that much of a problem? I can do this, I think. So I want to go e5, bishop e6. I hope I'll get this going. I don't like my development all that much, but I don't think there is a direct way to exploit it. The English repertoire series should be released in English. I got this message from Chess24 staff 1 hour ago. Maybe it's not linked yet or something. It really should be on. Okay, so chess player 007, e5. Yeah, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. Let's see. If I take it, what is he going to do? Bishop f4, maybe. I don't like to play knight d5 in this position. That looks a bit passive. So queen e5, what is he actually playing? Let's check this. He can go f4 stuff or bishop f4. Bishop f4, queen c5, bishop e3. Am I getting killed? Usually I am getting killed if I try the Sicilian, so I don't see it. I'm taking it. I mean, he sacrificed a big center pawn, and those, if you don't really see why you cannot take them. The center pawn is important. It's just a different story compared to some a pawn or something. Yeah? So I'm taking this without really having much confidence in the position. Yeah, the English opening series should be roughly 8 hours. I'm not completely sure how the English and German version, how they differ in that regard. They should be somewhat similar, of course, but it can sometimes happen that they have different length, even though the content is identical. I recorded them basically at the same time, like first the English, then the German, or vice versa. Anyway, so here I'm getting attacked. I don't like that. I really don't. So what do I do here? Can I play? How do I do this here? This g5 business is annoying. I can trade some stuff. He will probably play bishop e3. Okay, then back to c7. d4, he can take. But I'm threatening. Threatening is strong, but I can maybe play d4 to trade stuff. Yes, this is what is unnerving me. If I go h5, we go g6, very likely, but okay. Okay, so g6, f5, this is this typical Swiss cheese setup. Oh, he's not doing that. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Alfianchetto. Maybe I should have gone g6 to stop that forever. Yeah, come on, let's stop that. This immediate. I mean, I still feel like I'm a little bit in danger here, but okay. Can I castle? Is that a move, or am I getting smashed? I might be smashed. Yeah, I wonder. I can play the rook and castle long, but is that more? Is that safer? I really don't know. I think I'll try, but I feel unsure. This happens with the Sicilian. Where I leave my usual e4, e5 grounds. People attack me, and I don't like to be attacked. If I castle long, yeah, he's got bishop to b6. And he has f5 also lined up. Maybe I should have castled short. yeah, I know. If I don't feel comfortable in such positions, I shouldn't play the Sicilian. There is some truth to that. At least a line like that in the Sicilian. You can also play stuff where you don't get attacked all that often. The Taimanov actually is not one of the lines where those attacks are so frequent, but still I tend to get nervous. Yeah, I think he will probably take with the bishop, and then he threatens to take e6. Bishop c5, I don't like it. Oh, that's weird. With a premium membership, you should be able to challenge me. I think there is someone from support, if that really is not working. Yeah, white has tremendous pressure. Difficult stuff. Okay, I have to take this, unfortunately. I think he offered me a draw. Yeah, objectively, probably I should take it, but I like to fight. I don't want to make draws, but the position is pretty bad. What's the time situation like? Yeah, if I do bishop d7, he will play the rook back to h1. And now I'm threatening bishop d7 at least. Let's go here. Oh, that's a double attack. You shouldn't have allowed me. Oh, that activity. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, he really played very well here, chess player 007. I think I was in huge trouble, probably. Yeah, probably losing. Okay, so let's see, a new challenge here. Who do we have? Someone who I have not played, Mr. Normal Name. I haven't checked if I've played him before, but don't think I did. So I'm going to test some more of the English here. I'm going to give you a small preview what happens in the video series. What is Mr. Normal Name up to? Well, Black has many moves. In that series, I even look at very exotic stuff like G5. It's kind of funny. G5 is really bad, but it's fun to look at those weird lines once in a while. Maybe you play Grandmaster Report someday, and he could bring this up. G5. Okay, Mr. Normal Name. Give you a couple of seconds, and let's see. Okay, it seems he's not around. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay, so we have plenty of other challenges. So, oops. Yeah, ChessExplained 007 is in the chat. Yes, yeah, you misplayed the ending, but it was tough. And with this time, it's more of a crapshoot than anything. Okay, so another Sicilian. This time I tried to not get checkmated. Okay. Okay, so we get the timer off again. Yeah, e5 was dangerous. I mean, I wasn't really sure about it, but I felt like if I don't take it, it is really, yeah, it's very meek to not take it. It felt dangerous, really dangerous. Yeah, here Robin proposes to take on d4, but when I played this opening a long time ago in the 1990s, I was playing bishop c5 back then, and I felt that this is also an interesting option. But I have to say, I studied it like this 20 years ago, so I've forgotten everything. Let's see what Shadow Mate is coming up with. I think knight b3 is the most normal looking move. White can also take on c6. Bishop e3 I think is a bit questionable because of knight e5, and then I'm threatening knight g4 and knight c4. They cannot cover both. Okay, going back there. Yeah, what to do? I think I'm going funky here with h5. Aha! He's afraid. Yeah, maybe not, but yeah, okay. I try something funny here with h4, g4, and then sacrificing. This is not working yet, but it's not far away from maybe working. And maybe bishop f4 is a good move here. Do I threaten h4? Like h4, g4, knight takes g4, h3. Almost. But okay, this stops it anyway. How do I play now here? Actually, d6. Okay. Yep, I have to go back. But bishop d7 will regain a tempo. Yeah, all this is probably quite okay for him. He wants to bring it to c4. But okay, I mean, knight c4 I can still just take. It doesn't feel dangerous. Maybe c4 is what he's up to. What does he do after bishop c3 actually, if he do that? Bishop c6, I'm sorry. I'm attacking e4 here. One f4. What? You say play one f4 and you send me a new Mexican hat. That's an interesting deal. Okay, he's giving me the bishops. That's nice. What's this? Isn't e4 hanging? And I have rook to d8. I think I'll go rook d8 here first. And now I should be able to grab, right? It's a big pawn. It's a big, big pawn. The e4 pawn. That looks very difficult here. I don't really see a good counterplay. Okay, so what to do? If I move the bishop, which I probably want to do, e5 is hanging. I wonder if I should just go to f5. Yeah? It's probably not such a bad choice. If I go bishop c6, knight e5, bishop to d4, knight c6, queen g3, takes, and I take that. So just that wins stuff. So let's do it. Knight e5, bishop d4 wins stuff. Okay, maybe he takes with the queen actually, but that also wins material. Yeah, there's Germany-Russia coming up in the Chess Olympiad. Yeah, it's a funny pairing. The Russians not doing all that great with the loss against Ukraine. And yeah, we'll see. Of course, they're heavy favorites, but they didn't yet yeah, convince all that much. Okay, I'm just keeping material here. I also play 3-minute. You can also challenge me in 3-minute. I prefer 5 because you can do better commentary, but if you absolutely prefer the other time control, I'm accepting those challenges as well. Okay, so b5 takes, or let's do it. Yeah, India makes a very strong impression. I think they are playing very convincingly up to this point. Yeah, there is this young player Vidit who's got 100% score, which is really cool. So India really yeah, contenders, absolute contenders. So here e6 is hanging. I was thinking I can just castle. I think let's do it. Should be okay. I mean, I'm a piece up. Yeah, the bishops are pretty nice. So let's block that. I have rook f2 here. I'm just randomly selecting opponents. Yeah. I mean, they play without Vishy Anand. With Anand, maybe I don't know what would happen. But you never know. Sometimes it actually helps a team if a strong player is missing, because everybody gives this extra percent. Yeah, it's sometimes comparable to soccer, to football, where yeah, after someone has been sent off, often the rest of the team is actually playing very strong way, because they compensate. Yeah, threatening queen g3 mate, so he has to react to that first, and the time is quite nice here for me. Going to win that on time. Yeah, shadow mate. I don't know what went wrong there. I guess taking on e5, that was probably asking a bit much about the position, but I feel like I was in decent shape here. Anyway, still a good game here by the guy from Canada. So who do we have? Okay, let me go for shelling fort here once that I'm actually raiding underdog. I did click accept. Okay, come on. Shelling. What are you doing here against my c4 g3 stuff? You have to lose now. You have to promote my video series. Okay, probably he won't. It's 5 minutes. I have to keep that in mind. So it looks like we go to some Reti. Alenan hasn't played for the Indian team for a very long time. I don't know the details, but I know that there was some beef with the Indian chess federation. Something was going on there. Okay. Oh wow, I have totally forgotten how this works. I think e4 is correct, but I have forgotten the details, I have to say. Yeah, I don't remember. I think the last time Vishy played for India was something like 2006, something like that. I remember that. Was it 2006? I remember that he lost the game against Canada's Grandmaster Charbonneau, probably mispronouncing it. A cool game in the Sicilian. And I think that was 2006. That must be the Olympiad in Turin, if I'm not mistaken. Torino, yeah, in Italy. My plan here is knight e4 and use the d6 square again. I had this game earlier against Nino. I think Nino was the name, the Georgian female player. Yeah, I usually take different approaches, what challenges I'll take. Normally doing it randomly. Sometimes I go from top to bottom. Yeah, it's there is no particular method. Okay, here there's also not at the moment. I think I'll go knight e4 here. Interesting stuff. Well, I think white is a bit better here with the space. Maybe more than a bit, but it's still not all that clear. Oh, that looks dangerous, shelling. Why is that even working? Okay. This is true. But it still feels like a dangerous proposition for black. There are a couple of interesting things here, actually. Okay. Queen to d6. I have queen g4. This is one interesting try. But I think knight e5 might happen. Other thing, against queen d6, I can go knight f5. He takes it and I'll take d5. This is probably something that should give enough compensation, but it's unclear if it is more. Yeah, queen g4, there's really knight e5. Bishop d5, queen d5 is also possible. Cannot do this. This is actually interesting. Let's try it. Oh. No, now I have bishop g7 and I have knight f5. The question is, what's better? What is better? Knight here, there's queen g6. So I'm going to take. He had to take with the queen, I was thinking. I expect rook e8, and then I'll just drop the bishop back. Queen g4, there is still maybe queen to e6. He cannot take the bishop as knight f5 is yeah, a big fork. Yeah, rook e8 looks like the move. If I move the bishop back, there might be d4. This is a drawback. So rook e8, queen g4, queen e6. Maybe just queen to g5. Okay, he gives up the exchange. Maybe he has to, possible. Okay, I'm taking this. d4 is what he probably wants to do. I can actually take f5 tactically. Rook takes, queen g4 check. Let's do it. Ah, yes, queen g6. I cannot take this. No, bloody no. Ah, come on. Oh. Yes, queen g6. I'm such a moron. Just blundering in one move. Ah. Every move won here. Not knight f5. Forgot about queen g6. Ah, that's not good. Yeah, my light squares are absolutely bad now. This is the issue. Okay, cannot take got one move blunders. That's a way to lose a game like that. Check. So rook f8. I don't want to trade actually here. I want to irritate him. Take a couple of times d3. So, I shouldn't lose this at least. Yeah. That I didn't play all that well. No! Ah! Wow! Nah, what a stupid game. I need to blunder 2 pieces to lose this, yeah? Ah, my god. I won on time. What a joke. Yeah, but okay. It was like completely winning before. Ah, what a game. Whew. Nah, what a stupid move, yeah? Knight takes f5. And I think before it was quite a good game, or an interesting game at least. I was just totally overlooking queen g6, queen g4, queen g6. Yeah, I cannot really say it was a good game, Schelling. It was a scrappy game. Okay, so let's go for some older challenges. Let's see, Alenan. Let's go for that. Okay, and this will be my try for Banco Gambit. Yeah, let's play sharp stuff. Declines it. That's not nice. Knight to c2. Wow, that's not very active. Naja, it still feels reasonably safe for white. Yeah, playing bullet is tough. In those blitz finishes where you just have to move. It's all about mouse skill. So, what's the deal here? Maybe bishop to f5. Directly asking this knight on c2 about its future. Not sure what he's supposed to do now. It's a little bit awkward. Knight e3. Georgi asked, how old are you? If you ask me, it's not so easy to say. Maybe with the chat being busy, I'm 42. Okay, so what's going on here? e5 or e6? Let's go e5. If I recommend a special mouse for playing, I don't really know. I have a mouse that was recommended to me by a chess student. It's a gaming mouse, some Logitech thing, but I don't really have any particular knowledge. I think at least in my experience, a very cheap one doesn't do all that well. At least I tried that once, and it really didn't work out. Yeah, there are messages that people have issues with the stream. Currently, what the message that I'm getting from live stream is that it's a very good stream, technically speaking, but yeah, that doesn't help if it doesn't work for you in particular. I feel quite often it is the streaming server that is doing weird things. Okay, so here, yeah, that's a move that I felt is possible, of course. But okay, I mean, I can take, he takes d5. It's not a huge issue. Or can I do something to exploit this funky move? I don't really see it, so let's take. I wonder if I take a3 here, yeah, pawn takes rook c8 is strong. Knight takes rook c8. That doesn't do all that much. But maybe rook c8 immediately. Yeah, there's e4. And then I go back. Okay, maybe. Yeah, most viewers say that their stream is working fine. Yeah, I'm relieved if that is the case. It's really difficult to judge if you stream here if things go well or not. It's just impossible to say. The message that I'm getting is everything is fantastic, you know, and yeah, that's all that livestream.com is doing. It says you great stream, and sometimes people don't confirm that. So what's going on here? Here we have a position where I have the bishop pair, which is nice, and his knights are kind of jumping around. He wants to go to c3, I guess. It's not much to do about that. I'll just centralize. Yeah, knight c4 looks like a decent move. I can also go back to c6. I don't know. I don't really know if knight c4 is doing all that much, so I'm going back. I can try to bring the bishop to f5 to trade to get rid of the bishop pair. Okay. That I don't like. I would like to do something about that, but I don't really see what. No, I have never streamed while drunk. I don't really drink alcohol anyway. I mean, very, very, very little. So it's almost impossible that it could happen. Okay, I thought bishop f5 is better, but he didn't do that. Oh, why is he going back? You want to go to f5 with the knight, maybe. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, the position is still very stable for him here, so I don't really have something brilliant in particular. Okay, we trade this one. And here, what to do here? a6 or b6? Go a6, I think. Yeah, thanks for the good feedback on my YouTube channel. Yeah, some series on my channel are nothing I should give away for free. Well, I did, but I don't produce that many more videos currently. It is just a bit too much work. Yeah, I have a series on the middle game, the end game, and they really they took quite some time to produce. And yeah, I'm not planning to do much more on those. Okay. Oh, I cannot go there. Oh, the time. Okay. Okay. So let's go there. It would be cool if I get g5 in somehow for a passer. Okay. Okay, just playing simple stuff now. Yeah, it's a total draw, but he's able to win on time. Ah, no, I'm not quick enough. That is costly. That's costly. Okay, don't say sorry for that. Yeah, if you win on time, that's your choice. Saying sorry is wrong. You can offer a draw, that's cool, or you can win on time, it's also cool, but don't win on time and say sorry. This is bullshit, to be honest. Okay, thanks for the game. It was well played, I think. You played a good defense there. So, let's see. Peter Rif. I've got black. Yeah, and now the board is gone for some reason. I hope it is just a temporary thing. It's a little bit strange sometimes. This is a very weird thing going on. I don't know what it is. But I know that the board is coming back pretty soonish. I really cannot do anything about it. Not much I can do. Really strange. It's going to fix itself basically on its own accord. I don't have to do anything. There's also I don't know a way to make it quicker. Yeah, that coming back. So h6 g5. It's a bit tricky. Yeah, what's going on here? I don't know. What's the deal with the white screen? Ah, come on. I don't know what's going on there. That's really strange. It usually fixes itself. Okay, I'm just going to do the capture again, like on the fly. But very weird. This keeps happening, and I don't really know where this comes from. So the English opening here. Now I've got black here in the English, and I played in a somewhat weird way. I'm not going to restart the transmission. It's I just changed the board there. Okay, as I said, weird stuff. Go g4 here. I can take and go g4 actually now. Yeah, this feels okay for black. I think I'm reasonably active. So takes knight e5 is also a move, but yeah, knight e5, f4, queen c6 check is kind of interesting. h4 takes, hg3. You can go h3. Okay, I'm just taking this. Yeah, I just keep the king in the center. I think this is kind of interesting. Yeah, the game must be so weird it was censored. Yeah, almost. Really almost. So, what's going on here? If I take... okay, I can go queen g4 here as well. I'm not sure if it's... Okay, queen g4 actually has an idea. King d7. King d7. Trying to connect rooks. Yeah, that's an interesting idea. He goes back. Okay. Let's go here. I've connected rooks. Hooray! In a funky way. So what am I going to do next? Knight e5, I guess. Yeah, the knight has to join. First taking here maybe, and then rook h8. This looks like it fits into this. Maybe knight f6 is a move. Wasn't sure here. Okay, knight e5, however, looks good now. Looking at d3 and intending to maybe jump to g4. I can take c4 here. Okay, it's not that great. Knight g4 or bishop back. Yeah? Bishop back is also a move. What is he doing against queen to h5 actually? He can take... It's a fairly substantial threat. Okay. Queen f6, I have queen h2, stuff like that. Okay, I'm threatening mate in 1, so this is something that white has to do something about. I don't feel like he can defend that. Queen h2 checkmate. Okay, so here is a different mate, but I don't think there was a defense anymore. Yeah, a good game by Peter Rif. Yeah, it's a this is a cool line here. Bishop f5. This kind of stuff against the symmetrical. It's interesting. This queen d7, bishop h3 can be a good weapon, especially in blitz chess. So, yeah, we have here Lolut spammed. He said he just got premium and couldn't challenge me at first. So, oh, what the heck? Got a white screen again. That's kind of crazy. I know. Now it's fixed somehow. Okay, Lolut spammed. White to serve. Okay, so ready for the Benko. He declined it. Yeah, it's not a bad thing to decline the Benko actually. Let's see what he does now. Here white has a pretty wide choice. This is one of the good lines that white can play. I'm not going to go 1e4. I really don't like it. And I'm not sure I need another Mexican head. I already have one. Okay, going to trade this one. Pre-moving knight a6. f4 is a good move in good hands. Yeah, this is this is somewhat true. I mean, I don't really think that good is the right word, but f4 is certainly possible to play without being worse. But white also shouldn't really pose all that many problems to black. Yeah, the Benko Gambit is the English name, named after Paul Benko, the US/Hungarian grandmaster. Usually it is called in Europe or in Russia, it's called the Volga Gambit. But this is not so well known in English circles. Okay, so it seems that he wants to play e5, which is of course a standard way for white to put some pressure on me. Knight c7 to b5 is an idea. He has weakened b3, so queen to b6 also comes into consideration. I'll do that. Yeah, John Fedorovich wrote a classic book on the Benko, like in the 80s, 90s, something like that. So e5, he's up for e5. I try to disturb him with this. I still think he might be able to go e5 here. Okay, he goes back. So he's up for knight c4, a5. I have to see where I go here. Cannot yet sacrifice somewhere. Let's go here. Knight c4 to a5 is an interesting try. It's also why I'm not totally sure about rook to b7, if that's a really good idea. Oh, that's definitely not a good idea. Knight c4, white had a decent position, absolutely. Yeah, Benko is tricky to handle. There's always some kind of pressure for the pawn. Knight c4, yeah, I think is what he had to do. And then knight a5 is coming. I don't know, maybe white was better there. Yeah, good game here by Lolut Spammed, if I'm pronouncing that somewhat correctly, probably not. Okay, so is there something here? Who can I play? Do I have someone here? Mr. Beatu. I have not yet played Mr. Beatu, so one thing I will do, maybe next time, I'm going to make a trivia out of that. So I'm going to ask questions, and the one who answers gets to play. That's something that I tried once, and I think it was quite funny. What do I do here? I can go g6. Can we somehow get to a Benko again? Ooh, h3. You're one of the aggressive guys. Isn't that a bit early to play h3? Okay, I'm going to stop any London system here with queen to c7. No London system for you. Yeah, he made it a Tory attack. I wonder if I can play Yes, c takes, it's really not a good move, taking on d4. I would like to play for some tricks here, but let's just develop normally. Playing Retty style. Can still play bishop f4, but okay, I have d6. Yeah, that's true. Black Mars has a problem with the Banco as well as with the Mora gambit, is that it doesn't happen if the opponent doesn't want it. That is true, but avoiding the Banco with white means a concession. It really does. Playing d4, knight f6, knight f3, for example, is limiting your options considerably. And not playing 3d5. Of course, you can play knight f3 for some English, but clearly the principal move is d5. So, I mean, the difference is also in the Mora gambit, the Smith-Mora. Yeah, declining there is pretty much unprincipled. So the critical test of the Smith-Mora is certainly the acceptance. Maybe the same is for the Banco. Okay, Mr. Beatu, he's really going for me here on the queen side. But yeah, I cannot take at the moment on b4. I tried to take, play queen to b8, yeah, get out of the c file. Maybe queen a8 coming. That's playing fine. Wow. I did not expect that move. Very unsure if I should take there or play a5. I don't know. That was just played based on gut feeling. I didn't expect b5, but it seemed quite decent. Not sure what he's supposed to do now. I will probably play e5 or potentially take on d4 to free my position a little bit. It takes quite a bit of time there. Yeah, here I was thinking just take it. I think I'll just take it. Yeah, c takes, and then I go back here. Okay, knight takes, knight b6 is actually possible. I just don't know if it does help. Let's do it. Knight b6, rook c1, queen c1, bishop f3 wins a piece. Okay. Let's not pre-move. You never know. Yeah, so I did win a piece here with this. Maybe you can try, yeah, this move. If I take, there's this bishop a6 business. I have knight d5 though. Yeah, this is good. Let's think for just a moment here. Yeah, okay, if you decline the Smith-Morra gambit, you can get into a c3 Sicilian, yeah. But okay, this is still quite solid, yeah, for white. So that's not the refutation of the Smith-Morra. If you, I mean, you probably cannot refute it anyway, but oh, I allow rook c5 here. I could have just taken this pawn. Why didn't I just take this pawn? It would have been a lot easier. That's stupid. Okay. Rook c5, bishop f8, rook a5. I can take here. Yeah, there is no pin or anything. Okay, Mr. Beatu. That was interesting, but at the end, yeah, you blundered a piece there. I think before that, the position was very okay. It was very solid play by Mr. Beatu. So who do we have? Is there anybody around who's in the chat? Hansen. Yeah, the Yenish gambit is something that can be played, of course. I've played this in classical time control. So if I can do a couple of friend requests in the meantime. Yeah, Hansen, I saw you in the chat, but not sure if he's around here, Hansen. Doesn't look like it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now he plays. Okay. So we get some reversed Sicilian. Black has a wide choice here. He can play knight c6, bishop c5, or of course d5, yeah, for the reversed Sicilian, or the reversed open Sicilian to be more precise. Yeah, Bill, the English opening video series is published, so just yesterday and today. I'm very happy about that. It was a huge project. Okay, here Hansen, he has taken on c3, which I'm happy about, strengthening my center. Yeah, he cannot play e4 as queen a4 picks up that pawn. So knight c6 seems to be the move. Yeah. I wonder if I should castle here. Probably not, yeah, just go d3. Yeah, I never lost a game with the Samish in tournament chess. It was working quite okay. I won like 2 or 3 games, played a couple of draws, but I actually didn't fare that well against weaker opponents. Against stronger ones, I had no problems, but some weaker ones They found some lines that really weren't that excited. They weren't that excited. Those positions weren't that exciting. Let's try proper English here. Oh, here I can take on e5, right? Yeah. Bill asks, why do you like the English versus the Reti with knight f3? Yeah, well, there is not a huge difference between c4 and knight f3. Knight f3, there are a couple of lines that are possible for black, of course, where c4 is more flexible. Yeah, you can play with knight to e2 quite often. It's not a matter of like or dislike. There are just many openings with pros and cons. For me, I've played the pure English 1c4 for a number of years, in the 1990s mostly, and early 2000s. But then I got a little bit fed up with the c4 e5 lines, and I stopped switching to knight f3. Yeah, Hansen has resigned. He's losing even more material here. Yeah, with 1c4 e5, as I said, I got somewhat fed up with that. But now, looking at this again for the for that series for Chess24, I found many interesting ideas actually with c4 e5 that make me reconsider playing c4 a bit more often. So I definitely play it in Blitz chess. Carla 69, what is she up to? Okay, here we have one c4 e5. Let's see what she's playing. f5. Yeah, against that I think d4 is a good reply. Yeah, this I believe is quite a good position for white. The black lines with c6 seem to be the antidote to c4, g3. This is debatable. Yeah, I know that this is quite often claimed. For example, this is what Jan Gustafsson usually cites as an argument. I understand where he's coming from, and I think that it's a very principled approach, play with c6, but I don't think you can just easily say that black equalizes or anything like that. I think the positions are extremely complicated, and they are usually, I would really use this outdated, this outdated evaluation, unclear. Yeah, it's very difficult to come to an analytical conclusion with them, and they're very interesting in practical play. Okay, here I try to do something with the... Wow, really? It was something with the e-pawn, is what I was trying to say. Yeah, that's definitely true. There's knight c2. It's true, there's knight c2. Yeah, I'm not really good with rhyming, but that was one. What is going on here? I would like to activate my bishop here. Bishop e3 and rook d1. I don't know. How should I do this? The knight comes here. Bishop f6. Okay, I go to e3. It's very, very tough here to evaluate for me. Rook c1 is knight d3. That's not doing all that much. He has this knight d3 move. That feels annoying. But maybe actually if I go here, knight d3, rook d1. Okay, just goes b6. Bishop to e5 would be cool. It's not easy to get. Tja. I have to watch the time. I'm a bit down time-wise. What to d2? I go here. Not easy. Not easy here. Where is he going with all this? Bishop f3 and g4 is actually quite interesting. The bishop pair is strong. Carsten says the bishop pair is not that strong now. Well, the bishop pair is good, I think. At least now. I think taking on g4 felt questionable. f5 is now pretty dangerous. Pretty dangerous. Yeah. I'm down roughly 30 seconds. Or g5 actually. But I think this is good. h6, maybe trying to. Wow, g5. I can go g5 here. It's maybe not super convincing. A knight move is a double attack. Sorry, a bishop move is a double attack. I try to just bust open this here. Okay, goes back. Wow. I'm threatening to take e7, bishop c6 now. So he has to, or she has to defend this. e7, yes, bishop takes. Let's insert that move. So e7 doesn't work. Bishop d5. Check. Ah yeah, bishop d5 is a move. Okay. What's my time? 46. There's a funny checkmate here. Rook g4, king f3, rook g5, bishop c5 takes e7 mate. It's a funny mate. But it's threatening anyway, so difficult for black. Don't see a defense against it. Yeah. I think that's the end. Don't see a defense here for Carla. Yeah, she's taking time trying to defend, but don't think there was a defense. Rook g5, bishop c5 check, pawn takes e7 mate. Okay. So here bishop c5. A couple of ways to win. I can also just take the knight. Yeah, well defended by Carla. I think you were certainly okay at some point. Yeah, it looked like a good defense. The mate was I can show you. The mate was this one. Mate. That's nice, huh? Okay, so let's see if I can. If we have a 3-minute challenge, I'm willing to take that to end the session. Is there a 3-minute challenge? Yeah, by Yorts. I clicked on Yorts. Or is it Joris? I'm sorry. Joris 01. Joris Kokje. Okay. It's a 3-minute game, so a quick one. I'm already a bit over time, but let's see. One more game. Hope you take this now, this game. Doesn't feel like Joris is doing it. Is there another 3-minute challenge on that I could take? I don't want to be so much over the scheduled time. I actually have to have to work with a student after this, so it's not like I'm off to bed after the session or anything. But I could play a quick game. Yeah, I think Joris is not around. If someone in the chat wants to challenge me to a 3-minute game, I'm happy to take this challenge. Sicilian. Okay, let's go for Sicilian for a 3-minute game. Just a quick one, so that I don't let my student wait for too long. Okie dokie. I can play those moves almost without thinking. And sometimes it's a good quality for Blitz chess and for the English. Bit unconventional here, but interesting. He gets d5 in here, huh? Okay, but it still feels quite okay. And I have to be quick. It's 3-minute chess after all. Going for queen to, oh, interesting. Yeah, knight d5, huh? I will jump into this. Queen d7 maybe. Queen d7, yeah. That's decent actually, yeah. Queen d7. And I have to move the queen. He might have f4 here actually available. Okay, so probably knight d5 wasn't that great an idea. But I've had it on the clock. That shouldn't be underestimated. So f4. F4 coming up. I can still take that a couple of times. Yeah. Okay, I'll go queen c7. I'm kind of afraid here that I get f4 played against me. Check. I cannot take it because of the queen, so I will win the b7 pawn. Oops. Now I win the queen of Sicilian. Ah. Bishop f3 maybe. Okay, I'm going to return a pawn for some trades. Oh, this one, come on. Just put a monster knight on d5 for the exchange. Oh, it doesn't take it. Yeah, that's a queen for a bishop. Yeah, that will lose even more. Okay, thanks for challenging me at the end for a quick 3-minute game of Sicilian. Whew, yeah, it was a hot session, hot in my office. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I think it was a good entertaining session. At least I enjoyed it very much. I'm back next week. If you've got a premium account on chess.com, check out my new series on the English opening. If you don't have a premium account, you can buy the series just as a standalone product, but you can also just join for premium and check it out. This is actually the cheaper option and probably quite a good deal, I think. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Also to all of you in the chat. I'll be back next week, same time, same day. Let's meet again in exactly 1 week. Bye bye.